you have gone up. He couches, he lies down as a lion, and as a lion he dares rouse him up.
Very good, okay. Now I recall we did get this for last, or Sunday before last, and this is again a place where some hesitancy may have occurred with those of you who've adopted a Hebrew concept of scriptures in terms of Judah, because that's the key of, the major key of the black Hebrew. It's pretty much as Judah was black as well as David was and Solomon were black. Then the Rostis, of course, have adopted, strangely enough, a Eurocentric concept of a standing lion with paws in the air. They had it before the Rostis had it. Okay. As to whether the flag of Haile Selassie presented that is a question in my mind. I don't know. I won't try to go in that direction because I don't know if Haile Selassie's flag or the Ethiopian flag presented that kind of imagery. There's an enormous amount of information here, but the key is given in the descriptive of the lion. A lion's whelp is the lion's child. Okay, is what whelp, W-H-E-L-P, means, the lion's child. It's given in the direct descriptive. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey, my son. Thou art gone up. Okay. Now, one would then start thinking death, heaven, and rather than constellational. Okay, that this Judah is already in the heavens as the sign of Leo. Okay, but that would, of course, entail what kind of information the individual would have prior to reading this. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion. Okay. Now, I think I did show it before. Remember I had the picture of the Sphinx? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the correlation. That here is a crouching lion. Okay. A old lion. You know. Who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet. That was a obelisk between the paws of the Sphinx before the British and French came and chopped it down and carted it off first to France and then to England. Okay, there was an obelisk there as what is referred to as the scepter, the staff of power. Or in that case, it would be the staff of knowledge rather than just power. Until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. Well, this is additional. Binding his foil unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. Huh? Is it? Yeah, okay. Oh, now read yours.
You want me to start at 10?
Yeah, the scepter.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Until Shiloh comes, and to him shall the obedience of the people. You know what I'm saying? Obedience.
Right. It says gathering here.
He ties his foal to the vine, and his donkey's coat to the choice vine. He washes his garment in wine,
Mm-hmm.
and his robes in the blood of grapes.
His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. Yeah. Yeah.
His eyes are dull from wine,
Yeah.
and his teeth white from milk.
Yeah. Here's where symbology versus mundane, when the translators did not have the right subject matter in mind. If they were talking about the man per se, then they were talking about certain physiological features. But if they were talking about the sign, then they were talking about this ancient being. There's only one people whose, listen to this, there's only one people whose eyes turn blood red in the desert. Who is that? If you've ever seen an African, blood red, his eyes will be blood red. You know? And he won't be drunk, you know, but he'll have the appearance of his eyes being blood red. You see? Again, a physiological descriptive of this African model in the center of the desert. Okay? There is no direct relationship to color given in the scriptures. That's almost completely avoided, you see, which means you know it was Europeans doing the translating, you see. But in order for him to connect it, there it is a depiction there, partially. To your right there, where it says Testament, look to your right. Yeah. That's Leo, okay, to your right. Okay. See the word Testament? That's a Sphinx, yeah. Well, part of it, it's a partial view, except there is a depiction up here of the elongated side where you can see the lion crouching, okay? This is the one you don't see very much. Okay? This is the one that's in Revelations as the beast. We'll get to that when we get to constellation. But that's an appropriate perspective. Now here is a depiction of the 12 constellations and the 12 Afrocentric signs of the zodiac. Okay, pass it around, take a look at it. And we don't see, not very often, we don't see it all. That was on the cover of a book about the 12 constellations of the zodiac. That's where I got it from. Okay, I think we pretty well verified Judah as the sign of Leo. The one who has the concept of majesty is also the representation of Leo, and the beginning of constellational astrology is the sign of Leo, which we'll get to when we get to constellations here, but I just wanted to point that tidbit out there. The next sign or sun is Zebulon, and that is Cancer. So turn to verse 13 first. Then we'll turn to Deuteronomy to get the rest of this, because this is kind of brief. Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Now, how does yours read?
Zebulon shall dwell at the seashore, and he shall be a haven for ships, and his flank shall be toward Sidon. Okay, now let's turn to Deuteronomy chapter 33. Second page. Verse 8. And of Zebulun he said, Rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. They shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness,
For they shall suck of the abundance of the seas and of the treasures hid in the sand. Now, what animal digs in the sand?